but that's hot. Are you sure this is this mildest one? Oh my God.
Maybe we started at 10.
I think we've gone hard. What was going on in your life that you were wearing a pink shirt and had that hairstyle?
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's starting. No, it's starting.
Yo.
I'm a
Fanta?
Coke addict, so
Yeah.
I love Coke. I have to touch Drickus' girls at home or something because every time we fight, he likes to try and kill me.
Football. Like, booyakasha. Like, can it get hotter?
Very bad. It's bad. I don't know if I can take, I'll try the next one.
We got to go. Hi, I'm Graeme Cartmell, and we are doing a spicy boerewors challenge today. We just know that we're eating really spicy boerewors. It increases in Scoville level all the way up to, I don't know how many Scovilles that is, but it's going to kill us. And I'm here with Niel Plessis, who's got a fight coming up. But before we get into that, I want to know, how are you with spice?
I'm a little bitch.
You're a little bitch. Yeah. I'm so scared. We've been sitting here for like 10 minutes while everybody sets up, and it's hitting my nose. So I think we must just delve straight into it and get this out the way, the first one, and then I can start asking questions. What is this thing called, the first one?
The first one is the garlic ghost pepper, and well, it's garlic, so let's try it. I think this is the easiest one.
So let's try the first one.
Cheers.
Okay, cheers. That's delicious, but that's hot. Are you sure this is this mildest one? Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm sweating already. That's hot.
Yes, that's the first one.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. All right, so you're currently fighting in the light heavyweight division. Wow, in that bandwidth from 84 to 93. What was the reason that you decided to fight a little bit heavier in this fight?
Oh, well, it's going to sound bad, but the thing is, I was out of camp. I've had a couple of injuries. So I really just wanted to get back in the cage and get active.
Okay.
And with obviously the light heavyweight division is looking a bit meek, I just want to get fights. So I just want to stay active. So that's why I said, listen, give me fights so I can get active. I know if I want to fight for a title, I would need to fight at middleweight. If I want to be the best athlete I can be, I would need to fight at middleweight. But at the moment, I can still hang with the light heavyweights. I am quite a big guy, so I don't think I'll be pressurizing myself in any way. So that's why I want to fight. I just want to get as many fights as possible, preferably this year.
And Steph's quite you fought with him, trained with him before.
Yeah.
What do you make of him?
Oh, he's a very good grappler. We've grappled each other at a couple of competitions and stuff. He's a very nice guy. Obviously, we train a lot more stand-up and stuff like that. But obviously, he's got his own camp. He's got his own thing. So he wouldn't leave without any reason. So I think it'll be a good fight. But I think I'll be able to pull this one through. He's had a good performance against Lyle, which impressed me. I thought it was going to be a lot shorter fight. So I give him all the respect. There's no such thing as easy fights in the UFC.
No, we don't put on easy fights. I'm going to move on to some more pressing questions. You guys are in the exotic animal trade. Well, your brother, I think your dad does that.
Yeah, my older brother,
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
So I'm going to ask you, what would you rather do? Because he is a lawyer, businessman, and athlete, and he's also in the exotic animal trade, which is like kudus and all sorts of stuff. Would you rather sell an exotic animal for far less its price? Would you lose a huge fight, like against Steph? Or would you rather lose a case?
Yes. Put you under pressure. I'd sell undervalue.
Undervalue. Never lose a case, never lose a fight.
Exactly. The wild industry or the game industry is so unpredictable. You can blame it on a lot of things. It won't fall on me.
Awesome. Let's hit another one of these. This is what you've got to.
The aftertaste was nice for that one.
Yeah. Listen, I think the crew basically undersold it. They said, "No, it's easy." Yeah,
especially that one guy. The first one is nice.
What's this next one
called? The second one is Carolina Reaper.
Are you guys sure that this is the right way around? Carolina Reaper sounds like the most insane thing.
This one looks awful, so I can.
Okay, cheers.
Starting out nice.
Like, is that one even spicy? Maybe my whole mouth is numb.
Maybe we started at 10.
I think we've gone hard. We've gone hard too early.
Conditioning, that's how it works.
You. All right, so a little bit about your home life. You currently live in almost like a commune setup.
Yeah, well, I live. Well, I live with my brother. Obviously, like we train as a lot of like 3 MMA fighters in the house. So yeah, that's how I live. I'm not married with children, so obviously.
And you single?
Yes.
And the dynamic at the house in terms of being a commune, apparently you guys...
Make it sound so bad. Make it sound so bad. We're like a small family.
Henny lives with you, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's our mental coach and like all that stuff. So it's kind of good to have a reasonable adult around us, check all our things.
And on that note, how wild do you things get at the house?
No, it's
Out of camp, nobody's got anything to do.
Well, out of camp, it's a different story. Like we prefer that we like one of us stick in camp, so there's some type of discipline. But when it's out, obviously you can think like a bunch of guys that live together. Things get quite entertaining. So,
okay.
But it's a nice setup. We like going home, not like most men.
Well, let's hope it stays that way. Let's talk a little bit about social media. I just got sent a photo by Guy. You haven't seen it, but I basically want you to explain this photo to me. We're gonna bang it up on the screen so you guys can see. What was going on in your life that you were wearing a pink shirt and had that hairstyle?
Okay, well, obviously I was at the coolest phase of my life. That's when I was the coolest. I'll never be that cool again.
I don't know if you can see it from there. We'll have to post it up.
That was also still when I was in my rugby days, and as you know, Skalkburger went a long way, and I was a big fan.
Oh, that's a Skalkburger hairstyle.
That's a Skalkburger
okay.
look right there. And I know that I'm a bit pink in my face at the moment, but that I thought on that night that the shirt kind of brought it home for me.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant. I'm glad that you were so confident with yourself that you could wear that. Let's have another one because my mouth is, while it's on fire, I might as well go to the next level.
This one took a bit longer to bite, but
no, that was heavy. What's this next one called?
Oh, it's a Hexberg exclusive. I don't know anything about the Hexberg.
Oh, the sources are provided to us by?
Johnny Hexberg.
Johnny Hexberg. Which is apt because you guys fight in a hex. And this is about to
This sounds like a quite basically personal flavour. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
I don't know what'll help. Less or more chewing.
If I could just shuck it down like an oyster, I probably would. Just to get it down there into the gut.
Yeah, it's starting. Now it's starting.
Yo. Okay. I'm going to ask you a few quick fire South African questions. Polony or salami?
Salami.
Wow. Tomato sauce or chutney?
Tomato sauce.
Seriously?
Once.
Not about that sweet life. Ford or Toyota? Depends
Toyota every time. Every time. I'm part of the Toyota team.
Are you? Fanta or cream soda? I would have done Coke or Pepsi, but that's not relevant for you. Fanta?
I'm a Coke addict, so I love Coke.
I wouldn't say that out loud.
I love Coca-Cola. Enjoy Coca-Cola, life responsibly.
100%. So, Fanta or cream soda then, if you had to deviate?
Cream soda. Cream soda.
Okay, the green
ambulance
drink. Now we get on to the alcoholic questions. Castle or Black Label?
Black Label.
Really?
Every day.
Good old
I just want you to know that our entire team, we drop a case of Castle Light every Friday after sparring. But when I drink actual beer, like real beer, not Castle Light, I drink Zamalek.
So leading up to camp, do you still drink beer leading up?
Yeah, we'll at least have one or so with the team because obviously we have our sparring and it's quite cool after you meet each other, then you have a beer together. So no one leaves a bad vibe, and when we still had Adam and all of them in the team, we'd usually break bread, so it's kind of everyone's culture there, and we sit and talk shit for an hour, like a clubhouse meeting after.
That is so brilliant. Yeah. So it's hardcore, intense training, hardcore sparring, and then beer.
But you can't leave, mate. You can't leave because you're going to sit there and talk shit.
Well, that's the best thing, isn't it? And there's been a few guys in the past, and we can delve into it, which is guys like Ruan Potts have left the gym because after sparring, because the guys go really hard at Siati.
Yeah, like we like. It's not something I had an input in, but obviously my coach, Coach Morna, he's like quite a hardcore guy, old school guy. So he still believes like you can train during the week and develop your skill, but when are you going to use it in a fight if you don't do it in sparring? So what better time to use it when you're in a bad position like Driekus and Michiel is beating at me? So
who's the worst guy to spar?
It's very hard to choose between Driekus and Michiel, but everyone says I have to touch Driekus' girls at home or something because every time we fight, he likes to try and kill me. But Michiel is just a crazy guy, like he can hurt anybody, so you have to be wary. But Driekus likes beating me. I don't know why.
So I think that then bodes with the next question, and I'll get back onto the would you rather just know, or what's your preference is. When you guys were growing up, honestly, who used to winning the fights? Because obviously as brothers, they must get rowdy.
Well, we did judo when we were younger, so obviously we always had some type of backing, and I was bigger because he's 4 years younger than me. So I was never the bully. I always bully. I always tell people it's so unfair when you're the middle child. Your younger brother beats you, calls your older brother because you won now the fight, then your older brother beats you, then the father beats all 3 children. So I lose 3 times in a day. But I never bullied him, and I we had one big fight when we were young. We had one big fight which we both can recall, and it's just kind of like we stood our distance. Then when he started fighting, I realized, okay, well, times are different.
Let's get the next one, because this is, I think, the bridging point, and I'm going to ask you a question as we go, which is, was that the breaking point for you that you decided to get into MMA when he was fighting, or were you always kind of circling?
Well, I was always.
Cheers to that. And what is this next one called?
It's a fubar.
Fubar.
Fubar, yeah.
What the heck is a fubar? Does anybody know? Fubar. Like, booyah, kasha.
Cheers.
Oh my God. Oh my word.
This works for sinus, definitely.
Like, can it get hotter? Because that really is like, I can't
That one was the worst taste. All of the other was quite nice.
Yeah, those two are tasty. This is physical.
I must say I'm feeling quite manly. I thought I was going to quit at 3.
Well, the thing is, we're going to get to a stage where we're going to do enough of these. We're going to work out who takes, you've had your sip of water at 4.
Oh.
The question was, what was the bridging gap?
Oh, well,
for you to get
how did I get
MMA?
over? When I switch over. So, well, once again, I was in varsity playing a lot of rugby, but you can play rugby and drink brandy all the time. It's not. So, and I was in res. So I picked up quite a lot of weight, and because it's just, I have a great time in varsity. And Rikus moved in with me when he came to studying at Turks. And I never actually saw him because he was always training and dieting, and so he never could have like a normal first year life. And I said to him, well, I never see you. And he said, well, do you used to do judo? Just come and join me, like kickboxing or jiu-jitsu or something. And I started with kickboxing. Like I did 6 months of training kickboxing, then went to a couple of competitions. And then I realized, well, why would I struggle? Why would I struggle?
There's a little bit of a lagged kick there. That's a spicy one, eh?
Very bad. And I realized, why would I want to struggle with only stand-up if I can do this takedown thing also? And we went to Thailand together, and I did more MMA training, and I was like, this is the sport for me, I like this. Never thought I was going to be pro, I just wanted to try it as a sport. Oh, it's bad.
You're doing phenomenally well getting to the story. I think just talking helped.
That's it. I don't know if I can take, I'll try the next one.
We got to go. I mean, come on. Let's.
I'm drinking milk.
It can only get better. I feel like my retinas are sweating. Like my actual lenses of my eyes are.
I think it'll be worse if we just clap all of them. Or do you prefer the questions?
The questions are better. I think we must get to it. So you're now in varsity?
No, yeah, I was in varsity. And he said, well, I'll just join you for some of it. And then I trained kickboxing. We went to Thailand, and after Thailand, I did an amateur fight, and then the career started.
Yeah.
So yeah, it kind of dragged me into it.
Okay, well, at least you got into it, because now it must be quite hard balancing what is a very big law career for you. You own your own firm, correct?
Yeah.
And also doing MMA. How does that work? How does that both?
Well, actually, it's just about scheduling, and you get time in the morning and afternoon, and it's quite close to each other. So
yeah,
obviously you have to plan a bit, and here and there things are different. But as soon as you just work your schedule, like the same people go to pick up their kids and go to the gym, all that stuff. You just have to work around with your daily considerations, and then you can make it work. And it's fun. Like it's my balance. It's it's not obligation to be at training. I like it being there. So you get the social and physical discipline, everything sorted out in one run.
On to the next one. I think it's most important that we get through these. Well, on to number 5. What is number 5 called?
Number 5 is OCD.
Why would they call something OCD? Cheers, my mate. And as I ask this question, has a girl ever approached you on social media, or slid into your DMs, as they say, because of your fighting?
Well, I can claim exception to the rule. I don't say that it happens too often, but I've had an exception to the rule, so I'm going to claim it.
Okay.
But my handle is @Niel Plessis.
You staying single? staying sassy. Let's move on to the would you rather. What would you rather do? Teasers or the Grand?
The Grand every day. Have you seen that bar? I've heard about it.
Free food? Well, once you pay the 1,000 Rand to get in, not that I know the prices, but hypothetically if I did, the food is free.
The food is amazing.
Yeah.
The food is amazing.
Yeah.
Here's
And
the
they
one
always
thing.
have like a weird dance show that's like secondary. Like
I've never
before
seen
there's
that. I've never
dances.
seen that part. I would just stick to the sushi and like it's amazing. Like if someone asks me what's the best meal you can have, I'd say go to the Grand. Don't take your family, but go to the Grand. Even the brownies are great.
You were just mentioning before we started the show that you went gambling the other night and you sat in the casino. A lot of smoke. What do you play when you gamble?
Blackjack and poker. I'm a
Do you win?
table
Because the
guy.
thing is, I've noticed one thing about the Plessis brothers. And I don't know your eldest brother too well, but obviously Drickus and myself, you and Drickus have become friends
Cut
over
from
the
the same
years.
cloth, yeah.
Yeah. You guys always work stats and you're very much involved in how to make money and do things. Do you make money when you play blackjack?
Well,
That one was very mild.
it's not a science. It's not a science, but like when I was younger, we used to like around on holiday when people play Monopoly and stuff, we used to play poker. I'm sweating everywhere. We used to
But you
play-
get used to the kind of
yeah, the setup.
yeah. Okay. I had some stuck in my tooth. Getting a rehashing of the heat.
Okay. So yeah, we've always been like playing gambling. And then when we were older, we used to go to, my father went gambling, we used to go to the jungle gyms and stuff, so we couldn't wait to start gambling. So when we play cards and stuff, we gamble like between each other or play poker and stuff. So I won't say I win, otherwise I would do it more actively. But
Who's
I
the better
enjoy it.
gambler in the family?
I'm the poker player, and my Drickus is quite phenomenal with red and black. Like
Okay.
I don't know, he relates his thing.
Oh, on the roulette.
Like, he plays it quite well. And then my father, anything with numbers and cards and stuff, it's quite impressive. Like I don't have, my math isn't on par, so I can only stick to the number 21. That's how far I can go.
I feel like the heat is absolutely destroying us. That's a spicy meatball. Whoa! Now I know where the host of that other show wears black all the time because you sweat so badly.
I don't want to just need this one. Thanks.
Oh, you just need that.
Woo!
Where were we now?
Getting
Five.
goosebumps. Okay.
Okay.
I think we must go head first into the last two.
Okay, number 6 is
Punch our way through it.
It's peachy, like either punch tree or peachy.
P3, like in the P?
I'm not going to say that because
Three or tree?
P3, like 3, P3, like P3, number 3.
Three of those.
Yeah,
Three
it makes
PKs.
sense. Makes sense.
Okay. Okay, mate. I don't know if we should have done this so close to your fight.
Well, I think this one I'm calling my calories for the day. Eh?
Well, you're going to lose most of them tonight, I tell you that, in the toilet.
Cheers.
Jesus, good luck. Whiskey or brandy?
Brandy. I'm Afrikaans.
Are you brandivate Coke? Do you roll like that?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to. But if I had to choose
Can't you
one,
have Coke like tab? Or is that just cheating?
No, man. It's Coke or nothing. I told you, I love Coke. So it's Brandon and Coke or nothing. I like when I diet in camp and stuff. When you want to have a drink, you drink whiskey, and I want to act classy,
Yeah.
and I take a whiskey. But I prefer obviously a brandy. But the public doesn't prefer brandy.
Oh, I like brandy. I know people a lot of judge me for the whiskey story, but I'm really a brandy fan.
But I must say, I'm recently quite like I've gotten a nice taste into gin. I quite like that,
Yeah.
and it's calm.
Yeah, you and I had this discussion before. Gin seems to be taking over kind of the South African culture. Everybody's ordering gins. But I'm a whiskey drinker at heart.
I love Baines. Have you tasted Baines, like Cape Town brand Baines? Like they get all these international awards and stuff. It's a whiskey brand. It's amazing. It's
Don't
really
you guys
amazing.
own your own alcoholic brand?
Drickus, yeah, Stillknox has got a beer, like a beer brand and stuff like that. Not other alcohol. Like there is a craft for brewing or something working there at the station that they're setting up. I don't know exactly what they're doing with it, but there's beer. I know they've got beer.
As far as the MMA community is concerned, they're kind of focused in on Drickus because this was his full-time career MMA. This was always secondary to you. Has it been strange for you to be Drickus's brother and fighting? Or is it kind of like a comfort zone because...
Well, it's actually a funny thing. I was just speaking to Drickus the other day, like about it. Like if people ask you, I'm not really shocked when you do MMA on the sideline. But when people ask you, and I say, oh, my brother, he's a champion, he does it full time. Full time, okay. So he probably, like, what is he doing today? I say, well, he still works an 8-hour day. He's still like, it's crazy. It's like, it's all like fighting, you fight all the time. Like, for his level of fight, you need to train all the time. You need to fight, diet all the time. So they're really actually quite amused by the fact that athletes train full day. So I'm like, if you go to any rugby player, he trains all day. That's what he does. That's his job. So getting his body in the condition and the fitness stuff to the level that it is, you need to train every day, 8 hours a day. So, but for me, people are always like, how can you do this? Like you work in a suit. How can you do this? You'll look bad. But I must say, like, in South Africa, people are still like strange when it comes to MMA and cage fighting and the tattoos and stuff. But they don't really, as soon as like people meet you and stuff and they realize like you're not a like aggressive like guy, then they're quite chill. People are very enthusiastic or very interested in fighting. Like, but how does it work? Do you guys really punch each other? And
well, that's kind of the perception is, you know, out there, a lot of people will go, it's like WWE, right? It's like, no, it's promoted like WWE. It is huge. It's got so many stars. It's this beautiful setup. I mean, it's gorgeous. But they punch the hell out of each other, kick the hell out of each other, and they're there to do a job.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's the thing. Like if you, especially when you go overseas and stuff, and you meet other MMA athletes and stuff, and like Rickers was now in America, then they train in the same facilities and stuff as the NFL players. And like, you know, as an individual player, like in your team, like there's people that cater for you. But you know, if you're part of an individual sport like this, you need to work with your body. It's like you check yourself all the time, and it's like it's a lot of sportsmanship that's required from you on a like personal discipline space. But I also believe that like we in this era, or like let's say the rugby era was in the 90s. Yeah. Like,
this is a fight era.
Very soon, like people will be making, it will be normal to be a full-time fighter and have a full-time career and all that stuff.
Boxing's done a huge revival. You know, the guys, Matchroom Boxing, have done so many great fights with all the heavyweights. UFC has taken MMA by storm. You've got Asia, like really ramping it up with ONE FC. EFC has the whole of Africa. So it's kind of like MMA now is the next thing. Fighting it's been a huge revival with
but it's always like I always say, like, look at these stuff, people just like fighting. Like I might say now we've been training more boxing and stuff. Like I like boxing a lot, of watching boxing, but I also like watching wrestling and stuff. But at some stage you look at the best wrestler and you go like, I wonder if that guy can knock him. Like that's what made Conor and Floyd so entertaining, because you know Floyd's the best and Conor is like the best in what he does. So you're like, okay, who will win? On the day, who will win? But if you ask an MMA fighter, like, you see a big guy and it's like, yes, look at that guy, so big and stuff. Like, would you fight him? Like, oh, well, you'll fight anyone, because at the end of the day, you want to, like, by hook or by crook, who's going to end up on top. So, like, it's normal for the public to ask, well, how would it go about and to just knock each other out and stuff. It's like, no, there's game plan to it.
Okay, listen, before we have this last one, we really have to rip it out of the Hot Ones, what's it called? Hot Ones handbook. And they do a final dab, which is basically taking the sauce, and I'll put some there for you, and we hit it, and you don't have to, but let's also play truth or dab.
Okay.
Which is either you tell me the truth, or you dab and eat it. Okay.
Can I have the question and then make my decision?
Absolutely. Have you and Drickus ever knowingly been with the same woman?
Yes.
I think you should dab anyway. I find the ones that taste like they're sour and about to destroy your life really do destroy your life.
You know what?
We're about to go to this is you can taste. This is so well. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us on this.
Thanks for having me.
Some milk up.
It's the last time I'll be
having milk. While we're closing off, do you want to just tell us exactly what's lined up for you next, whether it's in your career or fight career?
Well, I'm very much looking forward to my fight at EFC 84, Pretoria. I fought there once. I really wanted to fight there last year when Rickers was there, but obviously I was limited. But I'm very much looking forward to the Pretoria fight, and I'd like, if every time the UFC is in Pretoria, I'd like to be there.
Hey, we'd like to have you.
And I'd like to be so active. I'd like to be so active as possible, because even when we go to Cape Town stuff, I love being there. It's like, usually it's a great experience with the UFC. So I'm trying to get as many fights in this year. That's what I'm looking forward to. And then obviously, insofar my fight now goes, this gave me a lot of mental strength. So I just wanted you to know that you just helped me. Thank you.
Good. It's been my pleasure. Although I don't know why we decided to do this. I don't know what this show is called, but we're going to close it off there and say thank you very much for joining us. Good luck for your fight. We will do this again once the heartburn is settled and I've gathered my thoughts.
I won't be doing this again, mate.
My whole world is starting to spin.
Thanks, Andy.
Oh my God, that was hot. I'm in pain. Although I would say in Cape Town, I'm paining. My mouth is paining. Wow, that's pretty.
This one was the worst day.
And I hope people are living vicariously through us while we experience it, sitting watching this show.
Driekie.
Drickers, Niel wants to ask you to do a challenge with you.
Kom probeer een saam hè.
I'd like to thank Impala Butcheries for the awesome boerewors, best butchery in the country. And the hot sauce people are Hex, who? Johnny Hexberg. They have provided the sauces. It's worth talking. Okay.
Net een proe.
We also have Dricker Steve Plessis here. He's busy training in the Hexagon. We're supposed to have a meeting after this. I think this is you. You can't speak about any law stuff because it's going to be great for me. Okay, so what is this?
Pork belly.
Pork belly.
Yes, like
Okay.
No, that's just if I can make a recommendation, I think this one was the worst.
Yeah, I think
But put a good amount, G. Don't be shy.
Number 4.
yeah, well, come with B shot.
Yeah, number 4 is the one, right?
Alrighty, my mate. All yours.
I'm also
You like a bit of meat?
Yeah, I love
Let's
it.
see how you like that. And before you have this, how are you with hot food?
not good at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, this should be exciting.
Mindset, broer.
Oh boy.
Slik en verduidelik.
This is called the wing shun. Wing shun to the throat.
Bliksem.
Sauce. You feel like you've been kicked in the esophagus?
Sure.
Huh?
Yes. Oh, my sinus is weg.
Ask him the single question.
So the one question we did have is, you're single at the moment, eh?
Yes.
Have you and your brother ever been out with the same woman knowingly?
No, I can't say that we have. No.
Liesje, hier's op TV. Liesje, ek is eerlik hè.
Okay, fine.
Well, thanks for telling the truth. Pretoria, be careful of the Drickers, the Duplessis brothers. Just be careful of them. Okay.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We're going to hope to do this as often as possible. We all need to recover. Thank goodness he doesn't need to do it again, but maybe he comes back on for another stint to this. I'm going to get another athlete. What I want you to do is please post in the comments below this video who you would most want to see in the next show, and we're going to light their mouth alight with some spicy boerewors.